Evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Ask Leah. I'm a few minutes late tonight, so apologies for that, and thank you for joining me. To say the world has changed a lot in the last 2 weeks since I did one of these videos is a fair old understatement. For those who have contacted me, thank you, who have been concerned about what this means for my business and the work that I do. It has meant a big change, but it hasn't meant that I've stopped working. I do now have the added challenge of being the carer for a 9, 8, and 6-year-old through the day, as well as running my business. But I am still absolutely at it. I've been, in fact, really busy over the last 2 weeks, providing emergency support and ongoing training to leaders and teams at a whole host of organisations across Gippsland. I'm doing a one-on-one coaching to help people through this time, and also team training via Zoom, which is new. It's different for me. I'm usually the face-to-face person, but the good news is I've still got my crazy hand gestures via Zoom. The reality is, if ever there was a time that we needed the skills to communicate under pressure and manage ourselves at times of stress, it is right now. So the work I've been doing has really been focused on that self-management under stress, how to communicate difficult messages, but also how to lead remote teams and how to work really effectively from home. Now, interestingly, those are skills that I have because I've actually been working from home for the last 9 years and running my business from home. And my assistant, the fabulous Ephriel, is based in the Philippines. So it's something that I'm quite used to, although the training side being online is new. Now, I don't have a specific question to answer tonight, but I do encourage you. I will still be doing these videos, and I may even up them if there's a lot of questions. People do have a lot of questions at the moment, and although I haven't had a specific one posed for this segment tonight, I've been answering questions the last 2 weeks around what this all means and how to manage it effectively. And one of the most common questions that has come up is around how to stay connected during this time of social isolation or social distance, and also how to self-manage under what is unprecedented pressure. And unprecedented, I'm sure, will be the word of the year. So let's tackle those two things. So first off, how to manage ourselves effectively under pressure. Okay, there's a lot of distraction at the moment. Let's not pretend that it is anything other than horrific. Okay, our whole worlds have changed. And it's not for a short time. 2 weeks ago when I did this, it was probably, we were hopeful. We were thinking maybe we could get out of it with some distancing measures that were quite quick, but it's looking like a bigger picture. So how do I manage me during this time? And that's not just for me, it's for all of you as well. And it's a really important question that I want every single one of you who watches this. And hi, Jenny, thanks for joining. And thank you also for the incredible work you do on the front line in our health services. How do I manage me? Like I said, it's a question you all have to ask yourself, and you need a good answer. And if you don't know how you manage yourself under stress, you need to find something. And I just had this conversation with someone I coached today. You need to find something, and you need to find something very specific. Try different things until you find it. Okay, managing yourself in this crisis. One of the best things to do is to come back to that beautiful Viktor Frankl quote that I reference really often, which is you can't control a lot of what, and this is paraphrasing, you can't control a lot of what goes on in your life. And when everything is taken from us, the last of the human freedoms that we have, the last thing that we actually have control of is our power to choose our response. So we can't control what is happening with this global pandemic. We can't control so much of what's going on, whether our businesses get to stay open, or some of you I know have lost your jobs. It's horrendous. It's horrific. but we actually get to control how we respond. Too often we give our power away. How can we control how we respond better though? It comes back to controlling your controllables. Okay, we worry about so much in the world, and right now the worry level is really high. But go back to that beautiful circle of control. What is in my control? My control is me. I can control me. I can control my response. I can control my behavior. I can control what I focus on. What happens out there in the world is beyond my control. I can't control the fact that some people, and golly, I hope it's no one that follows this page, some people are not listening to the advice. Okay. Does it infuriate me? Yes. Is it within my control? No. So I manage me. I can control me. The other absolutely crucial thing during this time is to find something for you. Now, we're all different. There's no one size fits all approach. For me, something that's really important for managing me is exercise. Now, I train with the fabulous You and Mia Fitness. Mia is one of my best mates, has been for many years. She adapted really quickly, and all of her classes are online via Zoom. So I'm working out more than I did before this happened. The beautiful thing with Zoom is it's interactive. So we're chatting, we're catching up as well with a big group, like 25 people on some calls, doing those exercises in the morning. I'm making sure that I'm playing music more than I would usually. Usually I would listen to a lot of podcasts. I'm finding at the moment, because my brain is a bit on overwhelmed, because the journalist in me wants to know what's going on in the news, I'm finding that in the evenings I'm cranking the music that I love to sing along to, that's really relaxing. Another thing is to breathe. Okay, and we've spoken about box breathing on here before, and the real power of just stopping and taking some deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Get outside. I've never been more grateful to live here in Gippsland. Even though we are on stage 4 restrictions, we can still get out in this beautiful fresh air. We're having some gorgeous, gorgeous autumn days. Get outside. Okay, I know laying on the couch watching Netflix is attractive. I know, for me, it's trying to pump the workout through the day and mind the kids as well. But you need to get outside. You need to take those breaks. And if you are working from home, this is crucial, okay? And you'll be pleased to know the advice I'm giving leaders all this week and last week too around managing teams from home is forget the focus on the hours and start focusing on the output and the outcome. You don't need someone sitting in front of the computer for 8 hours if they're unproductive. Much better to get someone who can get in there, crank out a couple of hours of really productive work, then go out for a walk in the middle of the day, recharge, and get another couple of hours for you in the second half of the day. Do limit your news consumption as well. It is really important to stay up to date and be aware of what's going on, and it changes so bloody often. We do have to keep up to date. But be really conscious of how things leave you feeling. So if checking social media really frequently leaves you feeling anxious and drained, don't do it. Now, I have a big confession to make on this, because like so many others, I totally have an addiction to this stuff. I check, and it comes back to the journo in me. I want to know what's going on. So I have taken to either turning my phone off for periods of time. I'm in business. I need my phone. I'm answering emergency calls. So I'm not turning it off for a long period of time. But sometimes I do just need to turn it off so I don't have that temptation. I encourage you to do the same, or at the very least, I put it in another room. So if an emergency call comes, I can answer it, but I'm not tempted to check it all of the time. Whatever it is for you, I would love those of you who are watching live or those of you who watch later on, pop it in the comments. What is your self-care go-to at the moment? Preferably not wine and not cigarettes. not that though, well, cigarettes, yes, I love a good vino as well, but you need to have some really practical things that you are doing to self-care. And it's not good enough just to say, oh yeah, I should do that. Oh yeah, when I need to practice self-care, here's the hot tip. Schedule it into your day. Okay, schedule breaks. If you're not good at practicing that self-care, set yourself a target. It might be that I get outside for one walk every day, or a set number a week, that I work out a set number, that I play my favorite song at least once a day. You need to set it up so that you do it. Okay, second question, how do we stay connected? If you've been following along my page the last couple of weeks, you will have seen me mention this a bit. Video calls. Okay, the reality is, in the last 2 weeks since I've been isolating, and I went a bit early because I did have a really mild cold, so I started staying home about 2 weeks ago now, or just over 2 weeks ago, and yeah, 2.5 weeks ago. And I've got to say, I've been more connected to friends and family in the last 2.5 weeks, and I'm connected anyway. I've got really strong relationships with my family and friends, and we, chat in Facebook Messenger or different ways like that. But over the last few weeks, because we can't see each other face to face, we've been video calling. Now, there are so many platforms for this. There's FaceTime, Facebook Messenger. My favorite is Zoom. I think everyone who knows me knows I'm always going, oh, let's set up a Zoom meeting. I use it for work, but here's the thing. Don't just focus on using these tools for meetings for work. I've been having virtual wine times with my high school girlfriends, with journos I used to work with. We've got one coming up tomorrow night, with family, with a whole host of different friends. And it is so fabulous because we're seeing each other, we're interacting, we're having laughs. I'm doing those virtual workouts in the morning. And here's the thing that we discovered, we were doing one of these catch-ups the other night, the high school girls and I, and we said, how have we not thought to do this before? We've all got kids, we're all busy women. We try to catch up and do dinner once or twice a year, and it's always really hard to do. And we won't, I can't wait till we can do it again face to face. But, on a Saturday night, to be able to pour ourselves a glass of wine, jump on, laugh, interact, see each other and have that connection, it's fabulous. So as scary and as challenging as this time is, we have so much to be grateful for, so much to be grateful that we have this wonderful technology to allow us to stay connected. And that's the final point I want to leave you with tonight. One of the best self-management tools there is to get us through this time, and that is gratitude. We have so much to be grateful for. I'm so grateful to live in this gorgeous little town of Willow Grove. I'm grateful to have a job, period, because I know a lot of people don't right now. And I'm grateful to be able to work from home. I had to check my privilege the other day. I was getting really frustrated because I was trying to juggle work and the kids. And I thought, hang about, so many people would wish they were in your position. I've got a wonderful network of family and friends. I know not everyone is that lucky. But if you're in that boat, if you don't have a community to reach out to, okay, reach out to me. Reach out to anyone on social media. There are so many people out there. I'm grateful to live in Australia where we have the Medicare system. I'm grateful to have space that I can go out for a walk, that I'm not living in a high-rise apartment where I'm confined and can't get out. I'm grateful for this beautiful technology. Okay, it is scary, I get that, but we have so much to be grateful for. Now, how do we practice gratitude without it being wanky and airy-fairy? Like, let's get to the reality of it, because I know some of you are like, oh, God, she's gone like all fluffy on me. You know me, I'm not fluff, okay? So some great questions to ask yourself at the end of every day to practice gratitude. Number one, what went well for me today? What went well for me? Followed by, what's the best thing that happened to me today? And, those questions are really similar. So you might ask one or the other. And for some of you, some days it might be, what went well for me today? I got out of bed. And you know what? That's okay. That is still a win. So celebrate that. Another one is, who am I grateful for today? Okay. Who in my life am I grateful for today? It might be the person that reached out to you. It might be the person that showed you some kindness. Who am I grateful for today? And the final question, what am I looking forward to tomorrow? Now, I've got a gratitude journal. I've got one of the Resilience Project gratitude journals. They're fabulous. I highly encourage you to grab one of them. You can buy them online on the Resilience Project website. They've got 6-month or 21-day journals. A lot of the Aussie rules football players use them. Dusty Martin's been using one for 2.5 years. I put that gratitude journal, because I'm not good at journaling, I put it next to my toothbrush. So every night when I brush my teeth, because I will never forget to brush my teeth, when I brush my teeth, I do the gratitude journal. And even if I've had a shit day, even if I'm stressed, even if I've got that tightness in my chest thinking about, oh my goodness, what is going on? It helps me focus, and it helps me remember that despite the challenges we face, there is so much beauty and good in the world. So thank you for tuning in tonight. Great to see you, Michelle, Jenny, Caitlin, Cal, Susie, Gail. Thank you. I have so much to be grateful for. Please get in touch if you do need any support. Like I said, it's all online now. If you've been following along my What's Leah Wearing little Facebook stories, you'll see I'm working my way through my By Samantha Melbourne dress collection at the moment, working from home. I'm day 9 today. I did do a count last night, and I still have 8 to come. Hey, you got to do what you can do. Stay well, everyone. Stay safe, and please follow the regulations. Cheers.